Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fallout Roundtable Spooky Halloween Special. Hold tight to your goodie bags as we take you on a trip into the Fallout universe in an epic Halloween adventure. See if you can figure out the underlining theme beneath Gingerino's presentation. Join us, the conversation has already started.
All right, so we're going to continue on with our adventure. We are in the town of Walnuts. So tuning back in with our GM, Gingerino.
It's me. All right. So we have Jaxie and Britt. You are leaving Salamay's. And around the same time, as per chance, we have Reggie and Billy leaving Birdcage's shop. Captain John Michael Carson, after you're done perusing the borders, where were you heading?
Hold on. I found an apple on the way. But Captain John Michael Carson of the United States Enclave, or just the Enclave in general, was heading to the town square.
Okay. So the five of you, except for OP, because you are fertilizing ferociously and vigorously.
Fertile.
You guys all kind of start walking towards town square at the same time. Two of you come out of Salamay's shop, two of you come out of the Birdcage's shop, and then you walk into the town square, and all five of you see right in the town square is a hulkingly huge super mutant. There's a big, not a behemoth, but like bigger than normal, and he's just standing there in the center of town square. Just
is he painted orange?
It's not painted orange, no.
Oh, okay. All right.
Is he painted any color?
No, he's just a super mutant. But he does
he look like he's sleeping?
He does see you walking into town, and he perks up. And he looks a little more excitable all of a sudden. How does any of you react to this?
Very hesitantly.
Very hesitantly.
Billy, the adult cowboy, will approach the super mutant and look at him and say, "Hi, Mr. Big Boy. How many people have you killed?"
And the super mutant turns and looks at you, very small thing in comparison to him. And he just leans down. And he stands back up at full height, just like pounds his chest once. Yeah. And he keeps on screaming. How does anyone react to that at all?
So
I got for my rifle.
Hand is hovering over his pistol on his hip. Reggie's.
We got over the pistol here. On the rifle. He smashes him to pieces. No, I'm just kidding. Rips Billy in half. No.
Billy's dead right there.
Yeah. So the super mutant is standing there just kind of letting out a good roar and then looks back down at Billy. And then from behind the super mutant coming into town, you see someone running into town screaming, waving their arms, going, "Stop, stop, stop. It's okay. He's safe." And this person comes running up to you guys in a frantic rush. The person you see before you is a full-grown man, but he looks like he's wearing clothes that are kind of like meant for a kid. He's got like a bright red shirt on and some blue pants on, and
he basically like Billy.
Yeah, and he's got like a piece of fabric tied around his neck, and it's flowing behind him like a cape. And he just runs in amongst all you guys. "Stop! Stop! Stop!" He sees some of you with your hands over your weapons. "It's fine. This is Snoopy. This is Snoopy."
I will point out that would be the exact opposite of Billy the adult cowboy, because Billy the adult cowboy is a kid in a grown person clothes as opposed to an adult in kid clothes.
That's true. This is like the complete opposite.
The opposite of that.
So we have yin and yang here standing in front of you.
Yes.
So
Billy's going to turn to this guy and say, "Hey, I think he wants to duel me."
Huh?
I asked him how many people he's killed. He said, "Rah, I don't know how many that is. So I think he wants to duel me because I've definitely killed the most people in town."
Okay. 1 sec. Eddie like points towards John Michael and Reggie. He's like, "If he's safe, as long as As long as you mean no harm, he means us no harm. Everything's good. This person is talking. He's very clearly an adult, and he's talking to you as if he was a child. And it's very clear that he's purposely talking to you, and he's trying to have this voice of like a child.
I don't buy it.
He's like, he's safe. I swear, this is Snoopy. He is basically our pet. He's like a guard dog, but he's actually a big puppy.
I would put the rifle away, but I don't buy it whatsoever. So
I'm
I
looking
keep
at
it.
him like he's got some mental issues. I'm just, from a lab point of view, he just seems to be kind of off.
Little kid, this is adult time. If you could please go home. The adults are here. We're handling the situation. Thank you.
I live here. He says how many people he killed. He has killed many, but only bad guys.
What is your name? What
Me?
is your name?
What do you construe as bad?
I'm Linux. Like Linux. Linux.
So, Linux.
Yeah.
What do you construe as bad?
Oh, Raiders.
Raiders.
Them the bad guys. The ones that come in and try to take our stuff without paying for it.
Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to clarify.
At this point, Charles bursts out of Lucinda's and he's like, what's going on here? Everything all right?
We're meeting Snoopy and Linux.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Guys, yes, we have a resident super mutant. I'm so used to his presence. Sometimes I forget it's not normal. Yeah, he wandered into the area. We thought he was dangerous, and then he never shot at us, so we never shot at him. He's just been hanging around ever since. Yeah. So sorry. He'll protect us pretty fiercely. So just don't do anything aggressive towards the townsfolk. I'm so sorry. I should have told you about this. My bad.
So you were adopted by a super mutant.
No, we adopted the super mutant. As well, I think we adopted him. I don't know. Maybe he's been here before us.
I think it doesn't really matter.
I know. Anyways, I should let you guys know ahead of time. But yeah, he's harmless. And Snoopy at this point, he's just sort of like just walking away, just heading somewhere else.
He doesn't act like a normal super mutant. And I know a lot about super mutants.
Oh yeah, I agree. But he's been helpful to us in cases of danger. So I'm glad he's around, and he doesn't mean any harm to us here. He generally doesn't hurt people that come into town unless they show signs of aggression to the rest of us.
What about aggression to each other?
Usually people that come into town together don't shoot each other, but
I'm just wondering if it's aggression that triggers him or if it's specific to being based upon the interactions between you guys.
That's a great
I'm wondering
question.
if there's actual social internet. Yeah.
Couldn't tell you. I don't know what half of what you said meant just now. So.
Have it.
Has
You
he
guys
ever smashed a can of Nuka-Cola?
smashed a kid in Nuka-Cola?
Smashed a can of Nuka-Cola.
I've never seen it.
That would be cool.
I don't doubt it. That would be pretty cool. Yeah. Makes things smash, explode. Sounds great.
That's adult stuff. I love adult stuff.
That's right, because you're Billy, the adult cowboy, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. I remembered that. I gotta make sure I get that. Yeah. How are you guys doing to get finding your way around town?
Oh, we tried.
Haven't quite made my way to the bird cage yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
You need more defenses.
all right. Sorry,
Apparently,
I
they're
heard-
good. They have a big monster.
Yeah, he helps out a lot. I heard a noise, so I came out to see what's up. Linux, are you good over there? Yeah, boss. I'm all good. I'm great. Okay. All right. Well, the decorations are almost done. I wouldn't wander too far. Be ready real quick. He heads back inside to Lucinda's, and it's just Linux standing there amongst you now.
Billy will look at Linux and say, being a cowboy for the many years that I have been, it's often normal for a sheriff to deputize someone. So as a kid, being you, you could be a kid deputy if you really wanted to be.
I guess I could be. I kind of already am.
What do you mean you already are?
Well, I mean, Big Snoop's over there. He's he protects the town. I'm always with him.
So you're a deputy?
I suppose. I
How
don't
many
know what-
people did you kill to get that title?
I've killed so many people, I can't even count that high.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. That's
Do you
why I
want to
got.
have a duel?
What's that?
We pull our pistols out. Well, first we take 10 steps, and then we turn our backs to each other, and then we
I
pull our
don't think
pistols
so,
out.
boys.
Um,
How about
I
what?
mean-
How about no?
my shooting hand hurts today, so maybe not. But
We'll just call me the winner.
Jaxie. No duels today.
I have to agree with these two, because if you're saying that violence sets off Snoop Dogg over here, I'm gonna have to put a kibosh on the whole duel thing.
Ah, shucks, that's so upsetting. Oh no, sorry, boy, Billy. Maybe next time.
Darn.
Okay.
Billy's gonna head towards the general store in that direction.
All right, Billy heading towards the general store.
Phew. Okay.
Captain John Michael Carson will go check on Ranger Opie.
All right. Anyone else have anything they want to do?
So there was the birdcage
Yeah.
or birdcage's shop, Lucinda's lemonade.
It was Salome's lemonade stand. The general
Salmon
store.
Okay, and then Lucinda's.
Lucinda's where we go to pass out.
They're not open yet.
Nope. Not
Okay,
until
all right.
supper time.
I'll go with whoever is going to the garden. I'll go there too.
Captain John Michael Carson's going to the
Okay.
garden.
Yeah, we're gonna go check up on the robot.
Okay. To Opie.
The
Who's
sex
heading into the
spot,
store?
whatever it is.
Billy's going to the general store.
It's awfully presumptive of you.
All right, and Jaxie and Reggie.
I'm going over to the birdcage.
Okay. And Reggie.
Reggie is gonna hang out in the square,
Awesome.
town square. Just kind of hang out and chill and watch them put up decorations.
Okay, sounds good. Captain John Michael Carson and Britt, you head towards Opie in the garden. You guys walk out of town and you can see what looks like a small field, and you can see some vegetation growing out there. Clearly something that they're purposely growing for crops, and you can identify easily as mute fruit, and it's starting to come in real well. Out there you see a person just hunched over, working with a garden tool, and you see Opie there just away into the ground doing his fertilizing and tilling and whatever else it is that Ranger Opie would do
Living his best life.
living his best life is the best way to put that. What do you do?
First, I would walk up. Well, I wouldn't exactly scare Ranger Opie because I don't want to die today. But I would say, "Yo, Opie."
I mean, Opie's
try-
got
try and get
360
his atten-
vision, so I don't think you're going to be able to spook him. So you shouldn't have.
Well,
He's
I
coming.
tried to get his attention to see what's up, see how we doing.
Yeah, I'll stop tilling for a moment. Maybe use the pincer hand to like pick, some debris out of the saw blade, because there's probably some mud and stuff in the teeth.
Mhm.
Gotta keep your tools clean. And it's like Captain Carson.
Aye,
And Britt is falling close behind.
how are you doing?
Quite well. The mute fruit is coming in quite well around here. Did you know that the mute fruit was a mutated form of the apple?
No, I did not. Thank you.
There are a variety of different mute fruits in the area. There
Oh, do
are
tell me.
there are the Grandma Jones. There is the Green Delicious. There
The
is
green delicious. That's good.
the well, around here that's pretty much it. There's the Grandma Jones and the Green Delicious, but
Which one would I want to put into a pie?
Grandma Jones.
the Grandma Jones.
Everybody knows that. Come on, man.
Well, I came from an oil rig where we actually have apples, not mute fruit.
Well, bully for you.
Yeah, only for me. But this is all fascinating in the back of my mind. Even though you get the hard, tough center, I'm an also would like to explore, also see what's up because I've never been in the wasteland. I am just trying to figure out what is edible and what isn't. So that's why I'm talking to Ranger Opie to see if these fruit are actually edible or anything like that.
You will find that the mute fruit is very adaptable, can be used in cooking, can be eaten raw, can be prepared in juices.
Britt, as
Yes.
this conversation is continuing on, is there anything that you're doing with them or interacting?
I was gonna pick a mute fruit, just take a big old bite out of it.
But before you do, Ranger Opie may stop and just use the pincer hand to demonstrate, like the firmness that you need to look for a good mute fruit. It looks like you might be able to you're about to pick like a mushy one, and your
Oh, we
mute
don't
fruit
want to. Yeah,
right.
we don't
Your
want
mute
that.
fruit experience was going to be suboptimal at best.
I appreciate that.
So
So
nobody
much,
wants a
Ranger
suboptimal
Opie.
mute fruit
Oh
experience.
no,
let me tell you.
no! I definitely want the most out of my mute fruit.
You want
best experience.
Yes. So for the ideal mute fruit experience, which I used to play bass for actually, for the ideal mute fruit experience, you'll want to find one that's a bit more firm, that has less give when you grab onto it. The mushy ones, good for juice, good for cooking. Just eating raw though, that's the one you'll want.
Okay. So I'm gonna toss this one over my shoulder to Captain Michael, whatever his name is over here.
It is
For him.
called. I'm called Captain John Michael Carson. Please don't remember that.
I won't. Don't worry. It's gonna toss you a mushy mute fruit.
I catch it and squeeze it and see that it's mushy, and then I toss it over my shoulder because I'm smart. I listened to what Ranger Opie said to me.
Ranger Opie will retrieve the mushy mute fruit that has been tossed twice and proceed to use it as fertilizer for some of the other plants.
Waste not, want not.
Right now, Ranger Opie style. Our first podcast t-shirts are gonna be Ranger Opie style for sure, and it's gonna be Gangnam style. All right.
We have so
Captain
many t-shirt
John
ideas.
Michael
We're just gonna make them come
Captain
out.
John Michael Carson likes to continue to talk to Ranger Opie for the benefit of the Enclave, for food and sustenance, as we probably will take more troops across to the capital wasteland, as I am just the first person across and that I got volunteered for this role.
Are you saying all this out loud?
No, this is all in my head.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure real quick.
Ranger Opie will indulge all of your questions about planting and the vegetation here, the sort of boilerplate recipes that they may know. I mean, Ranger Opie is not a culinary expert, but what Ranger Opie does have is the equivalent of the first few paragraphs of Wikipedia on each and every one of these items.
I mean, between that and the processing unit, I'm sure you could logic it out a little bit on some of the dishes. There you go.
Right.
All right. So as you guys are talking out there, talking about mute fruit and agriculture and all that, after some time goes, you hear a loud dinging sound coming from town square.
Bing bong, bing bong.
Thanks for the effects.
How do you guys respond to the dinging?
I'm assuming it's time for the
we'll go
Cindas.
to your guys' scene. For those three in particular, how do you respond to that?
Must be dinner time.
All right.
Finally.
Move.
Dinner time. I will pick about a dozen exceptionally ready to eat meat fruits. and store them. However, I'm supposed to hold 150 pounds of gear. I'm guessing a cargo net, pockets, magic pockets,
Open the door,
magic
toss them
Mr.
in.
Handy pockets, play
Got a
drums for
back door
them.
on the back of your
Yeah.
thing.
But I'll get about a dozen. I figure that would satisfy all the individuals that need food, and I'll take them to dinner.
All right.
Or lunch or supper or whatever we're celebrating.
About this time of day, it would be more indicative of dinner. Let's go to Billy heading into Salome's lemonade stand. Billy, what is it you're trying to do?
The description for Sally Mae's lemonade stand, if I remember correctly, of things that they had in there, one of them was a giddy up buttercup.
Not a full one, but he has like a couple pieces of a giddy up buttercup.
A couple pieces, sure, that's fine.
Right,
Billy,
I forgot I had my leg was one.
Billy did not forget. Billy approaches the counter and says, "How much for the giddy up buttercup pieces?"
Well, little one there. Hi.
I'm not little. I'm an adult cowboy.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Adult Cowboy Man. For that giddy up buttercup pieces. Looking it up. That would run you about, which piece are you looking for? Leg, head, torso?
As many as you have.
Okay. Well, I got a leg. I got a piece of a head, but not the neck part. I think this was another leg piece here. You'd probably take this for, I'll say 7 caps.
How about I give you 1 cap and a grenade?
One cap and a grenade. Well, grenade is rather valuable, but I don't have much use for that. But I could give that to Birdcage. Probably gonna have to do better than that. If you wouldn't mind making a charisma barter check, difficulty 2.
Wow, yeah. With a 0 skill, I rolled a 2 and a 3, which gives me 2 successes.
Oh wow!
In that.
All right then. She looks at you and she says, "Oh, aren't you precious? You know what? Sure. 1 cap and a hand grenade. You can have the pieces of the giddy up buttercup."
Billy takes out the grenade pieces and kind of like crumples them in his hand and hands them over to her along with his last remaining cap. And he asks her, and where can I get other pieces for this?
Oh, I see here that's broken. I can't say that comes through very often. Might be able to find pieces about in the ghost town, but it's getting late. I wouldn't go venturing there. Maybe the caravans will come by. They'll have some, possibly. I couldn't tell you. Sorry, young. Sorry, Billy, the adult cowboy. And she tips her head at you.
Billy accepts this answer and says, "Thank you, ma'am," and kind of tips his hat as he walks out with his full, what is it, arm and head, or 2 legs and a head of a
Basically.
steel horse.
Yeah. Add that to your inventory, and
I will.
1 cap. Yeah. And a gentleman tips her hat back as you exit the store. Around the time of you exiting the store, after perusing for a while, you hear a dinging sound. Let's head over to Jaxie. You're entering into Birdcage's shop. You open the big door and you enter in. It's kind of like the same description as before. And the person in question is in the corner working at a workbench, just tinkering away.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Do you have any fusion cells?
None that I can give you. Or like, what do you need them for?
I need them for ammo.
Oh, the fusion cells I have here are mine. But if you're willing to pay enough, I could part with 1 or 2. What do you got?
I've got a few caps. How much would you take for 1?
1 cap. 1 cap is gonna.
No,
How many caps did you say?
I didn't say.
Oh, yeah, for 1, I mean, I'd probably say 6 caps per.
Think you can go 4?
Make a charisma barter check, difficulty 2. He doesn't really want to part with them.
Charisma barter check, difficulty 2. Oh, cool. I was successful on one and I failed on the other.
Nah, I'm not really. Sorry.
Hmm.
They're mostly for me. You know what? I probably shouldn't sell them. I might need it anyways. Sorry.
Do you have any radio equipment?
I mean, we got pieces of radios, and you can see that there's a radio, like just a music playing radio in the corner. I haven't turned it on in a while. I might be able to use it for something, but I don't really need the radio much.
Okay, never mind. Thank you.
All right.
I exit this place.
Okay. After perusing with him and talking, you hear the loud ding sound as well. Last, we're gonna go to Reggie. You're just hanging out at the town square, and Linux is sitting there with you, and he's just looking up at you. So, are you here to see the supreme mute fruit?
I'm sorry. What?
You haven't heard of the supreme mute fruit?
Can't say I have.
The supreme mute fruit comes out at the harvest time. He brings all sorts of goodies. That's where everyone gets it from. When we do the harvest festival, everyone has candies and snacks. And the supreme mute fruit comes out from the garden and brings it to them, and that's where we get it from. I haven't seen him yet, but I think this year I'm gonna.
All right, everybody, stay tuned. We're going to have a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Ever wanted to be a content creator but had no clue where to begin? Come join me as I sit down with content creators that have already faced the challenges you're up against, as they discuss the tips and tricks that help them be successful. Here on The Content Creator's Guide, available wherever podcasts can be found.
Welcome back, everyone. Here we go.
So, the supreme mutant fruit?
Yeah, whatever, grand mute fruit. I don't. That's just that's what I call them. You know,
He comes out of the garden and gives presents?
like give the candies. But yeah, you seem to got it, so I don't see what the problem is.
Okay. And have you seen him?
Not yet. This
Not yet?
year, though, I'll see him for sure.
He comes out tonight.
Around, I would imagine so, because we're doing the party tonight.
Okay. When does he come out?
Soon. I don't know.
Okay.
You want me to find you when I find him?
Yes, please. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm very interested to see the supreme grand fruit.
Me too. It's gonna be good. You'll be in Lucinda's with everyone else, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's where we're sitting tonight.
I'll be there for a while.
Okay. You let me know.
Okay. And he runs off, and some time passes, and you start to hear a loud ringing from behind you. And turning towards the sound, you can see Charles Brown sitting there with a bell just ringing away to let everyone know to come over to Lucinda's Tavern. And around that time, the rest of you all convene.
Bing bong.
What do you guys do from here?
Proceed to go in. Food. Sorry.
I don't want to assume anything. That's all.
I mean, I would like to go into the tavern and find out about this tavern situation. What's going on in the tavern?
Perfect.
Am I getting free food because Captain John Michael Carson is broke AF?
Mm-hmm. So everyone heading to the tavern then?
Yeah, I'll go to the tavern.
I'm watching everybody go into the tavern first, then I enter behind everyone.
Sounds good. So you open the doors to the tavern, and inside are some not crazy impressive decorations, but you know what's a good sense of spirit here. There's some fall colors kind of strung about everywhere with whatever people can find. There are some things put together that spell Harvest Fest. And everybody seems to be walking around in their best attire, as it looks like. Everyone starts coming in one at a time. You see Birdcage walk in. You see Charles Brown is there. Salome eventually makes her way in. Some of you haven't met everyone in town, but little by little, everyone starts coming in. And Charles Brown says, calms everyone down after everyone gets there. He says, everyone, welcome to our harvest festival. For those out of towners, and he indicates towards you guys. This is something we do after a harvest is done or when our crops are coming up. We take the food that might spoil soon and we have a big feast together. Each of the main citizens here have made a special dish out of what we had grown, and yeah, it's just a time to celebrate being alive. Really, it's nothing special, but to us it is. You're more than welcome to join in. Each person here, they'll have some sort of treat that they can give you, like a little snack. But if you want anything else, you'll have to talk to Lucinda to get any extra food. And I already talked to her. She's going to clear up having some accommodations upstairs. Yeah, and that'll be more than fine. You spent some money in our town already, so we will give you guys a good rate for that. But other than that, just enjoy the party. And then they all go out. And there's an old jukebox in the corner. The tavern itself looks like an old tavern. If you were around in pre-war times, you kind of feel at home here. There are tables set up. There's a bench. There's a bar. There's a bunch of glasses and stuff behind the bar, but a lot of it's broken. A lot of them don't match. It doesn't appear to be any liquids and a lot of the stuff behind there. And you see a woman with dark black hair, also wearing a blue dress, but not nearly as fancy as Salome's. She's just behind the bar, ready to go, and everyone else is just mingling about while the jukebox plays some sort of classical tune over the radio. And everyone's talking to each other. Each person seems to have an area that they're staying in. A couple of the tables have little plates with pieces of food on them. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna go look for like a plate so I can go. I'm hungry.
All right.
Same.
Okay.
Me three.
I'll probably approach the bar.
Alright.
And that's what I'm doing.
All right. Britt and Ranger Opie.
Going with Billy to the bar.
Nice.
I'll strategically place the mute fruits that I have picked. By that I mean just unceremoniously piled someplace because I don't really have a eye for indoor aesthetic and table setting.
Not in your programming. All right. You place a bunch of fruit on the table. Charles Brown is actually walking by at a time. And he says, did you pick these and prepare them yourself, Ranger?
Well, I picked them, and if by preparing you mean placing on the table, then yes, I have also prepared them.
I mean, they look.
I do believe I have the capability to slice, flambe, or even juice these if there would be a desire for such a thing.
Wow. Well, thanks. That's so kind of you. Like, outsiders don't usually do that, but that's so. You know what? I'm gonna get you and your crew. I'm gonna make sure you guys get accommodations tonight for free. Thank you for that.
Wow.
That's great. Thank you, Ranger. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And he slaps you where he thinks your back would be, and it makes a ping tinny noise.
Bang.
Ping.
Boom.
A pung tangy noise.
There you go. Billy and Britt, you guys approach the bar, and behind there is looks like a kind of a gruff, rough woman, but looks ready to hear what you have to say. As you approach the bar, she says, "All right, buttheads, what can I get you?"
Billy will turn to Britt and say, "What do you think I should get?"
Sweetie, I think you should get a Kool-Aid, but I'm going to have a whiskey.
Well, I mean, that sounds fine. And he turns to the bartender and says, "Can I get 2 whiskeys? One for me and one for my lady friend."
And she kind of looks at you, looks at Britt, looks at you, looks at Britt again. How old are you?
I'm an adult.
I said, how old are you?
I'm 23.
All right, whatever. It's good enough for me. You in charge? You in charge of this one? She points towards you, Britt, the tall one.
I mean, in charge? No, but
this is my traveling companion.
He's in my group.
Well, there's a lot of complimentary drinks tonight, so I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to give you, he points at you, Britt, I'm going to give you your shot, and I'll give you another half shot that you can either have or give to this one. All right, butthead?
All right.
I would like a full shot.
Well,
I think you're probably going to be good with this.
and she like leans over and she puts her hands on the thing. She leans over. Listen here, butthead. All right, we're gonna start with this, and that's what we're gonna do.
Billy will then pull out his gun and point it directly at the bartender and say, "Now you listen here. You're gonna give the cowboy what he wants."
Oh,
Couldn't leave it.
You couldn't leave
Couldn't
it.
just leave it.
I guess the
No.
voice crack is what made it. That was good. She leans back and crosses her arms and she looks at you. Make a charisma plus speech check.
Sure.
Difficulty 1.
All right. I got 0 successes, but I'm going to be a little fun and re-roll that I'm going to use one of my luck points to essentially re-roll one of my dice to see if I can, because it would suck for Billy if this didn't work.
I really feel for him, I do.
I do too.
It's 0 successes. It does not work.
Oh.
And she
Darn you.
she just
You were
leans
so
back.
close, dude. So close.
She leans back and says, okay. Let's take some balls to do something like that, butthead. You can handle that half shot. Come back later. Maybe I'll give you something.
Billy looks a little confused and just takes the half shot and kind of like tips his hat down so you can't really see his face.
The rest of you were going out and getting some food. Looking for
Captain John Michael Carson's hungry.
you guys looking for anything in particular? Do you peruse or do you just go for what you can find?
I
One
just
of
go
each.
for what I can find.
Same.
Reggie, I didn't hear you.
One of each.
One of each. Awesome. You go around to different tables and you can see clearly they had just finished a potato crop. And so that's what they're trying to finish. And so you see all sorts of different dishes centered around potatoes. There's potato chips, there's mashed potatoes, all sort of potato type dishes. And so you can go around table to table and there's a little bunches on each plate. And as you're going, people are saying like, okay, just one plate per person at each one. And so by the end, you guys are actually have a few plates that you can eat of, and it's more than enough of a hearty meal to feed you guys for the night.
Let's go back to a table and
Starch.
eat.
Starches.
This is just very carb heavy.
Starch.
Potato fries. Oh man, with a sweet potato. I'm trying to think of all the potato dishes you can have. Delightful.
Is there ketchup?
Potato skins.
Potato skins. I don't think there's ketchup.
Why wouldn't there be ketchup? I mean, it'd be probably the
Yeah,
easiest
why
thing
wouldn't
to
there?
make.
Very preserved, I'm sure.
You make a good point.
I can't.
I mean,
Even if
Potato
it's
dishes.
homemade ketchup.
So you guys, you sit at a table with your food. And you're just sitting there. Do you converse at all, or do you just eat? And
I'm just
How do you
eating.
I'm chowing down here, man. I walked almost like a mile and a half today.
sounds good. I'm not trying to force it, just giving you opportunities. Reggie, anything for you?
The young one was talking to me something about a grand supreme
I don't trust the
Fruit.
kid.
and said that it comes out at night during this festival and gives out presents or food or candy or something like that. So I'm not sure what to think about that. If it's real or if it's a local thing or if it's I don't know, some type of mutated creature that we need to be concerned with. I
You
was just
think it's
talking in general to everybody, sorry.
Do you think maybe it's just a myth? I
Yeah,
mean, don't y'all
a
have
tall
your
tale?
big baddie myths? You know, like, I'm from West Virginia, so we have Mothman and things of that nature. Or don't you have anything like that from where you're from?
well, I know that you have those urban legends and stuff like that here, but I don't know. It just seemed kind of questionable as to a thing, great, supreme, grand fruit bringing things to children. I don't know. It seemed odd to me. I don't know.
Probably just something their mamas told them to get them to go to bed early. I don't know.
Okay, all right. You like potato skins?
Oh, I love
They're
them.
not bad. They're not bad.
They're a bit crunchy sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the party continues on, unless does anyone have anything else they'd like to add before we continue?
Nope, just eating.
Party continues on. People come and go. They drink. They have fun. They dance. They start singing. And everybody's making the rounds here, eating the food, and they're having a great time. And the nightfall comes, and it's still a rambunctious time here at Lucinda's Tavern. Lucinda is just at the bar, listening to people talk, listening to their problems, giving them advice, that kind of thing. At some point in the night, however, someone bursts open the door and wind blows in. And one of the citizens there, this young woman, she says, "Come quick, it's Linux. He's a," and she points towards out of town and just runs into the darkness. How do you respond?
I follow her as quickly as possible with my weapon drawn.
You follow. Charles
I-
gets up and starts running out as well.
I follow also.
I bite. I'll go.
I'll go. I'm pink in the cheeks because of my half shot of whiskey though, as a child.
Child stumbling out the door.
You probably managed to score another half shot or two from other people while you're there, but yeah.
Ranger Opie will definitely follow, assuming this was some type of creature attack or something in the wilderness. This is probably not Ranger Opie's first rodeo.
So everybody leaves the tavern, including most of the townsfolk, and the ones that stay are like kind of whispering to each other and like talking. As you're running out into the relative darkness, there's not really a lot of sunlight left. Charles is further ahead of you guys, and the young woman, you can see she at some point gets down, is just sort of weeping along the side road. You make your way out to kind of where Ranger Opie was in the mute fruit garden, and there's a huge patch of it that has just disappeared, and the ground beneath looks disturbed. But in the center of the ground, you see Linux laying on the ground with his cape over the front of his face, just laying there. Charles is turned around at this point, and he's like, "Hey, everybody back away, go back, head to the tavern." He's kind of behind you guys. You guys are still at the scene here. He hasn't roused you back yet. He's trying to get all the citizens back.
I can handle this. I've killed a lot of people, and he would like to check and see look at Linus for any wounds, any how is this happened medically speaking.
Gotcha. Okay. You are going to make a intelligence medicine check, or no, you're looking to see what kind of wounds. So I would say perception plus medicine.
Sure.
Difficulty 2.
While he's doing that, I'm watching his back, even though I don't care about him.
I got 0 successes on that.
So
Did you roll any complications? No, you
No.
No complications.
No complications.
you look at him. You don't know what
Okay.
happened
Okay.
in your mind. You can't figure it out.
I would at this point like to turn to everybody and say, because this is Billy, the character. As bandits, guys, they shot him and killed him, and I've seen this happen 200 times at least. They definitely shot him and killed him, and then he takes up and takes his hat off and puts it over his chest.
Ranger
Okay.
Opie would like to use their sensor suite to see if there's any threats in the area.
Okay.
It is dark. It would be difficult to see and hear and all that stuff. I just want to.
Sensor suite. Is that one of the traits?
No, I'm flavoring a perception
Gotcha.
check.
Gotcha. Right. All right. So you're looking for any threats. I would say perception plus survival check. Difficulty 0. You're just looking in the immediate area.
Okay, perception survival. And difficulty 0, you said?
Yeah.
Cool. I got one success.
Okay, one success. You're not detecting anything in the immediate vicinity that seems dangerous. Obviously, you have Linux here who has been killed in some way, not determined yet. And the ground around has been disturbed, but you're not getting any movement nearby other than the people that you are already accounting for. No heat signatures. I'm not really sure exactly all that the Mr. Handy would have on him, but nothing immediately around you.
I'll just continue to be on guard with the, generic warning, like this time of the evening, nocturnal predators do tend to make themselves a bit more aggressive. Be on the lookout and stay on your guard.
Maverick, you're Captain John Michael Carson. You're still standing guard. Jaxie, Reggie, Britt, anything that you guys would do in this situation?
Yeah, I
Well-
want to take a look at the body.
Yeah, Britt's actually went to med school, so she wants to look because I'm not really thinking that Billy knew what he was looking at.
I feel attacked. Billy feels attacked.
Sorry. I just, I feel like I
Linux
can
was
provide a more
ventilated by
thorough
bandits. What?
medical
What do you
examination.
not believe about the
What?
story?
What?
Oh man, it's called peer review. It's part of the process.
It's peer review, yeah.
Yes,
Peer
yeah, we're just
review,
checking over your
God.
work.
Second opinion,
You
know.
gaslight everyone to thinking that they also heard the gunshots while you were in their car.
Exactly.
Future on the body. Reggie, what would you be doing?
I'm gonna look around the body and see if I can see like tracks or anything.
Looking for clues.
Gotcha. Okay.
Scooby Doo, where are you?
Britt and Jaxie, how do you approach the examination of this body? How would your characters do that?
So, as a med student, I mean, you're going to be looking, basically doing a physical, looking for any kind of entry wounds or any kind of defensive wounds or anything like that. So,
Okay. Jaxie?
Same premise. But first I would pull the cover off so I can see the body.
Okay. You pull the cover off. You can see the face. And it's just Linux's face. Eyes are still open. A little unnerving. Nothing stands out to you just with that. It seems to be the way he landed. Britt, or let's go with Britt since that's your specialty. And then Jaxie, I'm going to have you be assisting. So there'll be an extra D20. Britt, if you wouldn't mind making, what is it you're trying to look for specifically?
well, I want to see, did he get shot by bandits or maybe did someone stab him? Did he get chewed up by wild animals? I mean, what happened here?
Are there what type of abrasions are there?
Right. I mean, were there defensive wounds? Did he try and fight off an attacker? I mean, what,
Okay.
what happened to this poor kid?
Okay, so it seems you're looking for symptoms. You're looking for signs. So I'm going to go with intelligence plus medicine check. Same with you, Jaxie, but roll a 1d20 to assist her roll. And this is going to be a difficulty 2.
I have 2 successes.
I got an 8.
Is that a success or a failure?
Let me see. I gotta look at the page here. What was it you said again?
Intelligence plus
Intelligence
medicine.
and medicine.
I have a 3 and a 6. So yes, it's success.
3 successes, and you've banked 1 AP for the group. You guys are now at 2 AP, I believe, for the
3.
entire group.
Three.
3?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Three,
yeah,
because
sorry,
we have one.
apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 3 for the entire group. Okay. So looking at the body, not shot, not stabbed. It's, fairly obviously, there's no bullet holes, there's no entry-exit wounds or of any sorts. Doesn't look like any blood was spilled. You do see abrasions all over the body, however, and signs of swelling and a little bit of bulging along some of the limbs, which could potentially indicate bone breaks as well.
Bone
And
breaks or
there's-
swelling from poisoning.
And
If it's bulges in the limbs, it's probably a bone.
and so
Yeah.
but you're seeing those all over the body. So all 4 limbs, even the torso and the neck, you're seeing these kind of bruising and abrasions and that kind of swelling, which would, as I said, indicate a bone break. That's what
So
you're seeing.
crushing.
So it looks like something just kind of like picked him up and crushed him, like wadded him and like tossed him.
Probably crumpled.
Yeah. Weird.
I've heard bandits are into sledgehammers.
Oh. So are super mutants. Has anybody seen the resident super mutant?
Ever since the big bell. No.
Where's Linus's pet?
Snoopus? Snoopo?
Snoopers? 7.
Snoop Doggy Dog?
All right.
Snoop Lion?
As you guys are investigating the body, Billy, I believe you have the highest perception. Yeah. You hear some jingling amongst as they're rustling around. You hear some jingling emanating from the body.
I would like to search and see what that jingling is.
Okay. That would be perception plus survival, difficulty 0.
Let's get a roll together. 3 successes. That's very
Hopefully.
nice. 3 successes for that.
Beautiful.
You're at max AP for the group, unless you want to use any right now for something.
I don't need to. No, I don't need to use any AP right now.
Oh yeah, reroll. Why not?
Yeah, there you go.
Good.
All right. Very easily find a set of old keys hidden in his pocket.
Okay. Billy's going to take out the keys and look at them and kind of show them to the group and says, "You see this? This is definitely what you're supposed to put on the back of boots."
Okay.
Excuse me. Imagine that in Billy's voice. And he kind of looks around and says, "Who do these spurs belong to?"
I'm more interested in where do those keys open?
They're very specifically spurs.
Are you sure?
Doesn't look like spurs.
Maybe you're right.
They do jingle jangle though.
They do.
All
I
the
mean, you
way.
could probably convert them. Why not? But
What
now,
what do you got there? And Charles Brown comes walking up to the group.
Mr. Charles, I have these keys or spurs.
You guys are looking around here. You guys find it, and he stops as asking a question. He sees keys that you're holding. I know what those are for. Do you guys know what happened here?
There were
No.
some bandits that came through with sledgehammers.
Bandits?
No, maybe not.
we're not
bandits.
positive. It just looks like this poor child has been beaten to death.
Oh gosh, golly.
Crumpled to a pulp.
Good gosh, golly. This is a mess. I don't suppose I could ask you outsiders to help with this. I mean, seeing as how you're already jumping in for some reason. Sorry. It's just Linux, my best friend growing up. You know, he acted like a kid all the time. He used to be all normal in the head, but you know, just living out here, it broke. And I guess this is how he coped. Sorry.
Billy will grab Charles by the arms, look him dead in the eyes, and say, "Believe me when I say this, that I will seek revenge for your friend and kill anyone who stands in my path."
That means a mighty lot to me, young one. Perhaps you are more adult cowboy than I believed. All right. So listen, if you're intent on helping out, I don't know why Linux would have those keys on them, but them it leads to, it's kind of like an underground bunker. Nothing like those vaults, but it's a little underground system beneath this town. I think it's sewers. I don't know what it is, but if he had those keys, I don't know if there's anything there to look for, but I need to go take care of my people. Would you guys mind checking that out?
Why would he have those keys? I mean, you said this is a bunker. Do y'all use it?
No, it's not a bunker. Sorry, it's just what I thought. It's just
The
like an underground.
sewers?
It's like sewers, yeah, but it's an underground system of tunnels. Most of them are caved in. I think it's mostly just sewer systems, but they seem pretty wide. But I don't know. They should be in bird cages shop. You shouldn't have them.
So, did he play down there?
I don't know. I think I played everywhere. Used to, I guess. And I said he adopted this childlike persona a few years back, just trying to cope with the wasteland. Maybe.
People do really weird things like that sometimes.
Yeah, it seems like it, doesn't it? Anyway, if you don't want to, that's fine. I can do it myself, or I can find some others. Just
I'll take a look into it.
yeah, appreciate it.
I'll kill whoever you want me to.
I'm gonna go back to the tavern, make sure everyone's doing all right. You guys do what you see as you see fit. I mean, you've been helpful so far. Seem capable to get out this far, but come back with me if you want, or whatever. Thank you for. Oh boy, this is a tragedy. And
If you do happen to find any extra fusion cells, that would be helpful.
Yeah, you don't worry. You'll be rewarded for this. I appreciate your help. And you just
Is there a bathroom in the tavern?
I assume there would be. Yes.
Cool.
Sorry. Do you need to go to the bathroom, Captain? I'm just kidding.
Yes. Yes, the captain needs to use the toilet.
Oh my god.
Taking a brief bathroom break. Mav, sorry, is this your way of saying you need to go to the bathroom?
Yes.
Okay.
You want to take another break? Okay.
All right.
No, I just have to use the bathroom. I was trying to do it in the most way.
I did
often.
point it out. All right. Well, Charles Brown walks solemnly towards the tavern. You guys have the keys, and he's asked you to look into it. You can choose to or not. And this is a good place for us to take our second break. Sassy.
Okay. We're going to take another break. So hang in with us and join us after the break to find out if we head to the sewers or not.
All right, folks, that's going to do episode 2. I hope you are enjoying yourselves so far. Episode 3 coming up next. Goodbye.
This podcast is part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.